2014 Chevy Cruze 1.4 turbo.
Super common issue with these, water outlet. 3 bolts into the side of the block this way. Right there, you see it? It's right there, right there. All right, pretty easy job, but we gotta let the motor cool off. He just drove 45 minutes to get here. Super common, I've seen them snap off right here. These little doodads like to break on the top where this reservoir hose goes back in. And strike 3, they also like to leak where they hit the block. So you got the head right there, and you got plastic right here. Over the years, heating, cooling, they like to just drip out of here, and that's the situation we have on this one. It's leaking from the bottom of this gasket. If you zoom in right there, you can see the wetness. It's been trailing down from the bottom of here, see, running down for a week or two. A pretty easy job, but make sure it gets cooled off first. We took this sensor off right here, this hose off right here, and just swivel it to the side. Now we're gonna unplug this harness. Yeah, that's as far as we can get until the engine cools off, then we'll get you a better peek at it. This harness just pulls back here. Once you get that far out, it pops out. This one was pretty stiff, had to work it back and forth with some pliers, but got it out and didn't break any plastic. That's a win. Make sure the engine is cool enough, it's depressurized. You can take this cap off slowly if you're unsure. See, no pressure. We're good to start working. Clippy boy pulls out. There we go. And gently with this, they're known to break. See, it's not just popping right out of there. There's an O-ring inside there. There we go. Only lost a few drops. If you want to be professional, drain your entire coolant system before you do this. Now for that hose clamp, and that hose clamp, and that hose clamp. It's letting out all my coolant from the reservoir because the reservoir level is higher than that. First 2 hoses off, just lean them upright, and if you're quick, you won't lose much coolant, see? Gotta be fast like a cat. This one over here, extendo all the way down to the last one. And we got our 3 bolts on our water outlet here. You can see the one, the other 2 you can fill with your fingers here and here. Let's go ahead and get those 3 out, and this will come off. All 3 bolts are out, and these bolts won't drop on you. They're kind of like built into it. See, right there on the new one. Now we are going to clean off that gasket mating surface right there. It doesn't look too dirty at all. That'll be a breeze. And look right there. I see the problem. So all this needs is a new gasket, but the whole water outlet's like 20 some bucks. Just get the whole water outlet instead of just the gasket. Get a new sensor, and this plastic gets brittle over time. Like I said, I've seen them break off right there, and leak from right here. But you can see the break in the gasket right there. You see it? The gasket was leaking. It's got this little corner that it doesn't fit in. That, or holy smokes, the plastic is actually broke. I told you these things are brittle, guys. There's a lip right there that just broke itself off from heating and cooling or something. And then the gasket gave, and that's where our leak was coming from, right from the bottom. Drip, drip, drip. Surface is clean. Now we pop that bad boy on there and torque it down. You can see it's got the metal inserts, so tight is tight on this. Sure, there's a torque spec, but we're not very professional around here. So we're gonna tighten it down. Everything install reverse order. You can see I put my hoses immediately in the upward position to lose as little coolant as possible. Pop it on, hose, 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 clamp, 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 tight, tight, tight. Pop this hose back in, push our clip through, fill it up with coolant, burp the system, take it for a drive. Let it cool all the way off, take it for another drive, let it cool all the way off, make sure it doesn't overheat, make sure there's no air bubbles in the system, and ship it back off to the customer. Don't forget to blow all that coolant out with your air hose and maybe give it a few squirts of brake clean. Done!